Okay. You start the doodling, I think. Oh wait, let me check how the levels look and things. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright, I guess. Wait here, let me move the mic a little closer to me. Okay. Okay. That should be neat. I was just going through my screenshots and compiling clips. Oh no. Oh no. But thank you, Ian. I always appreciate it. Oh, hello, Panda. Okay. Well, there's so many. Oh god. That's fine. That's fine. That's a good thing, right? Like... A very stressful Pokemon stream? Why would you thrust that upon yourself? Is Pokemon. Video in the other? Oh my god. I'm always really bad at that. Like working with multiple audio sources, like when I'm editing like video and stuff, like I can't have like any other audio playing. I don't know. At the very least. I don't know, I find it difficult to compliment Pokemon for anything these days. Or I guess for the past decade. But that's just me. Like, if people enjoy it, they can enjoy it. Okay. How do we... Borgar! Hello! Good to see ya. Okay. Hamburg sounds like an actual name? I mean, it might be. Who knows? I like to assume that everyone's username is what appears on, like, their ID and driver's license. I think it's funnier that way. Ah, hello, Michael. Oh, you gotta go do stuff? Alright, no worries. Attempts to multitask. I feel that. How do you greet someone at night? Because saying good night sounds like you're saying bye to them. Yeah, English doesn't do well with that. You can just say like hi, like hello. I feel like most people, like when it's nighttime, a lot of people will just say evening. So like good evening. Like I don't know. I'm not a linguistics expert. Is that what the wording is? But that's boring. Like I get it. Like I really do. There we go. Would good noon work for a greeting at noonish? No, we usually say like good afternoon, because like as soon as it hits noon, people start saying just like afternoon. I don't know. I don't understand. Oh, I'm just drawing. You know how it is. Billy, hello. How's the new poll been? Oh, I haven't actually checked that in a hot minute. How is that poll doing? It looks like I will be playing Remember the Flowers. The Whoopers? Oh no. Majority of people tolerate Whoopers, right? They just tolerate it. No one... Like, people don't really like Whoopers. I don't like Whoopers. I'll eat them because they're there. But... that's about it. This came up because, like, the only Halloween candy that Darian has left at his apartment is Whoopers. And he's like, Whoopers are fine. And I'm like, well, why? If they're fine, why are they the last ones in the bowl? Like... What are they? They're terrible, like, malt balls, if you know what those are. I thought you were talking about Pokemon! What? Do I seem like the kind of guy who would talk about Pokemans? Ah, Tyson, hello. You pick up the Dark World structure deck? No. Why would I do that? It's Dark Worlds. I mean, I guess I could pick it up because, like, they reprinted a bunch of the danger monsters in it, right? Like Tsuchinoko and Bigfoot are in it. I guess that's a good enough reason. But, like, skill drain, I mean, at that point, I could just order the skill drains because they're, what, like $1 each? Like, come on. I don't want to pay too much for the Yagios. Are Dark Worlds even good with the Bestials running around? I mean, they're good enough, right? Just go first. I know that the Bestials are like quick effects, so they can kind of get around it, but like, wait, are the yeah, the Bestials are quick effects, right? I don't know. I feel like in Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, you just have to be unafraid of any potential hand trap your opponent has, and just play through it. Like, you know how it is. Let's skim some of the beasts. Okay. I don't know, isn't like the worst thing that happens with the Bestials, like they can bounce a card? Isn't that kind of it? I don't know, I haven't actually read the Bestials, right? I saw that one of them was like $20, and I'm like, that's too rich for my blood. And didn't really bother, like, bounce a Dark World. Yeah, about like right? It's like, I don't know, I feel like, are hand traps even good against Dark Worlds? They seem like one of those archetypes that just keeps playing. Like, like as long as they have like cards in hand, they can just keep going. Josh, you hear about the silly stuff happening in the Homestuck sphere? Okay. I don't know anything about Homestuck. I don't know how it happened. I somehow just missed it. Like, I was aware that Homestuck was a thing, and I just never read it. None of my friends were super into it, so I didn't hear about it a lot. And even when I, like, saw it online, I kind of just ignored it, so no idea what that entire thing is, really. There's, like, trolls or something? I don't know. Drollin is playing... Oh, no. Are people unironically playing Drollin Lockbird again? Is this, like, Drytron format? Like, fuck. I'm having so much trouble drawing, like, a fucking human. Like... I don't draw people anymore. Like... I don't know. I gotta go? Okay. Alright, Billy. No worries. arm should be shorter. Okay, how do we get this in perspective? I haven't drawn a hat in like a bajillion years. Yeah, sure. We'll just do that. Best Dark World hand traps. A shifter. All right, D shifter is a thing. D shifter is a thing. No, I'm not drawing Terry Bogard. Fuck that noise. If I'm gonna draw a fighting game character, it's gonna be King. Like, come on. I mean, King is still hotter than that guy from King of Fighters. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that like Trap Tricks hadn't gotten a trap monster prior. Especially since like that deck was like always playing like Shade Brigadine or whatever just to get out Rafflesia in a timely manner. And hey, at least this trap will be searchable, right? Are Trap Tricks like even really that playable? Like that always seemed like a deck that I looked at and went, I've never met anyone that like actually played the deck, and I've never played against it. So I don't know. Is it good? Is it terrible? Is it just the lolly bait? I don't know. I did always like Rafflesia, but like I never, like I would play with Rafflesia like in rank 4 strategies, but that's about it. Like that's my biggest like I don't know, like experience with Trap Tricks. It's just like I would play bottomless Trap Hole and run Rafflesia in the extra deck. They struggle going second. What deck doesn't at this? But like I like decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's probably why I don't like the game that much. Like you design a deck to either go first or second, and there you go. It can do one or the other. And like any deck that can play going both ways is instantly better than everything else in the format. It's already too... right? I don't know, I'll just... Oh, what's that card? I can like break almost any board using just Kiryushin at this point. Kind of realized that. I'm like, wait a minute, it's Gozen match, so like, fuck you, it's gonna send all your monsters first and then you can respond, right? Is that how that works? I don't know, it's been so long, like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Ruling knowledge is pretty poor at this point. I still get lost, like I was always confused about if versus when. I just kind of assume if a card says when, I don't get the effect. Or I just wouldn't play when cards just to not worry about it, you know? I think the only when effect that I really used was like Dupe Frog. Because sometimes I would run a frog engine in decks, you know? Like Paleo and Crystron. Yeah, I do love me some Umi control. And yet despite that, it won't get me to actually like play in tournaments again. I don't know, maybe another good way to like try to get me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, how about you give Lair of Darkness more support that isn't waifu bait? How about that? Because I did love Lair of Darkness. That was such a fun deck. I feel like that was an era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they started, like, actually fixing the game and making boss cards that weren't Omni-Negates and, like, cards who had more utility to them. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in the middle of Link era to, like, ruin everything. Not that the beginning of Link era was any good, so that was absolute trash. Like, the first year of Link format was fucking atrocious. What, it was like ABC invoked, and then as soon as Circuit Break came out, it was just Spiral. Like, fuck that noise. I thought it was funny how in Japan, like, Invoked was such a problem because just no one was playing Link monsters. Like, in Japan, they were just sitting on Makaba Pass. Like, that they ended up, like, limiting Invocation just to get people to stop playing the Invoked engine. Like, I remember looking at a topping list in Japan around that time, and it was like, it was every hand trap and then the Invoked engine, and that was the deck. Like, I'm like, oh my god, you could be doing anything, and you choose this? Like... Oh, Japan. I can't. I can't. Their format is sometimes, like, so much better than ours, and at the same time, so much worse. I mean, that's what happens when Alistair is, like, the best normal summon in the game, right? Arguably, you know. I love when you, like, negate the Alistair, they just have Invocation in their hand anyway, and you're just like, every time. Every time. It doesn't matter, they always have it. Though I haven't seen Invoked around recently, then again, I haven't really been paying attention, so... I don't know, maybe Invoked is tier 1 again, and I just have no idea, and I'm living in blissful ignorance. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I hope I'm right that it's not, but... For some reason, I just wouldn't be surprised. It is not, but wouldn't it be funny if it was... Wouldn't it be funny if Macabre Pass with, like, Schism set is still a viable, like, option? Like, I'm gonna summon Winda during your turn. That was the worst thing about... I couldn't believe that, like, they already had Super Poly. They already had what, like... They already had a quick play fusion, right? I had no idea why they were like, oh, let's just give him a trap fusion. Sure. Whatever. More ways to wake Winda during the opponent's turn. Then again, I have no idea what, like, Konami's doing, like, when it comes to, like, balancing Yu-Gi-Oh! What, it took them, like, 85 years to ban Mystic Mine? A card that everyone loved. I mean, I'll be honest, I liked Mystic Mine. I never played with it in my deck, but I always thought about it just because, like, you know, that sounds funny. It's just worst tier limit that can sometimes summon Winda. Oh, fuck, yeah. The Alistair players are coping with Invoked tier limit. That sounds terrible. Like, okay. I mean, I suppose you could, like, if you milled both an Alistair and an Invocation, right? You could bounce back the thing. That doesn't sound good, but okay. I guess I am that guy that also just built, like, recently built, like, a Morphage Goliath Turbo, you know, because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So, like, why? Let's just make it as, like, uninteractive as possible. I did always like the Amorphages, like, in theory. You know, they suck, of course, right? But they had a pretty cool gimmick. You know, like a lot of Pendulum monsters, but like any Pendulum deck that doesn't combo just kind of, like, sucks. Unless your name is Kieran. But, like, they can bring back Kieran, right? They can do that. Look up Dragon's Bind? What the fuck is... Oh, this old card? What does this do? Activate this card by targeting one dragon monster you control with 2,500 or less. Neither player can special summon monsters with attack less than or equal to the original. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Why? Why? I mean, that's hysterical, but like... In case you want to include Sloth, oh my god. More Floodgate, oh my god. I mean, do you really need more Floodgates in that deck? What, you sit on Goliath with the Vernisylph name, right? Like, you make it a Vernisylph, because why not? You make it untargetable and not unable to be destroyed by card effect, and then you have what the mommy, the Vernisylph mommy, to just negate shit for no reason. Yeah, that sounds fine. And why not put the Ishizu engine in there just to be silly? I do really like the what's like the pseudo hand trap in Ishizu. Like, I really like that card. It's kind of fun. Like, it's easy to search. It's easy to proc. It's not, like, obnoxious. I don't know. I just don't think the Ishizu cards are obnoxious. I kind of like them. Like, they do things, but it's not, like, big Omni-negate or anything. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, you can bounce a thing. Mill 15, it's fine. Well, just ban Tyr then. Problem solved. Tyr's been around for longer than the Ishizu cards. Like, you can, like, what is it? You put the fusion to 1. There you go. What are they gonna do? Fuck them. Oh, alright, Ion? Ion? I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, I prefer when it's just like a bunch of interaction instead of negates. Like, if you get rid of like the Tirishizu stuff, it's like, oh no, we're gonna just go back to Floodgates again. We're gonna go back to big Unga Bunga, like, Omni-negate decks. Like, I don't know. I almost, like, I don't want that either. Like, I think it's annoying when I try to build, like, a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just like, well, how many Omni-negates can I make in one turn? How many generic Omni-negates can I do? Like, I felt bad that I thought about buying, like, a Phoenix Enforcer engine to slap into, like, Predaplant, because, you know, that's fine. You know, just so I can end on, like, a bunch of negates and interactions. Get Mirror Jade and DPE on the field. Fuck it. Predaplants can do that. A lot of decks can probably do that, but you know what I mean. Clipping going good. Tyson, you can't say that. They do have a counter trap now. They do have an Omni Negate that procs more of their effects. Doesn't play it? Okay. Oh, you're just doing Unga Bunga combo? Wait, how are you hand looping in that deck? What do you... Is there a card deck in Dark World that hand loops, or is it like a generic card? Like, wait a minute. It's like, now wait a minute, I can... Is hand destruction back in the game? I mean, like, not the card, but like the play style. Can I discard my opponent's entire hand? Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. So what, you abuse the fusion? Because that's what the fusion does, right? It changes the effect to discarding. Kind of like how the what's it called? The Abyss Actor field spell is technically an Omni Negate, just because it switches things to popping set Abyss Grips. And Security Dragon, oh, okay. Okay. You know, anytime I see Eccentric Magician and Security Dragon, I'm just like, oh, we're doing this again. We be bouncing. You know, I only ever played like those two Link monsters like in one deck, and that was a deck that had oh, what's that monster called? Had for Grinder Golem. That's what it was. I would yeah, that whole thing where you like do the Grinder Golem loop, keep bouncing Grinder Golem back to hand, and you get a Link board without using your normal summon. Yeah, that was a weird time in Link format. Luckily, those cards were never legal together in the TCG, but... Oh, Tyson, this was before Saryuja. Like, You were just making like topologic bomber along with like no, you not topologic bomber, but you were like linking your opponent with a fully charged Trigate wizard and like some other stuff. Because this was before Extreme Force, so Saryuja wasn't in the game. Yet Summon Sorceress was. Like, the Japanese format was insane, because that's what I was playing online at the time. It was a very weird time to be alive. Though my favorite thing is that Umi was playable in that format, which is just insane. Like... It was weird. In Link format, like, the Umi deck for some reason was, like, playable as a rogue strategy throughout, like, most of Link era. It was really weird. You, like, constantly had just decent matchups against most of the competitive decks. It's why I liked the Sky Striker, Salomon Great, and Thunder Dragon format. Just because, like, oh man, I have great matchups against all three of those decks. Like, I instantly win the Salomon Great matchup as long as the Salomon Great player doesn't realize that he can just win by not doing anything. Oh, is that what people called it? Toss? Oh, that's cute, but okay. Man, I played against so many Crusadia players, Tyson, like, during that era. There were just so many people that would come into that locals and just be like, I'm playing Crusadia. Like... I think even Mako brought it in one day. Like, it was weird. Everyone fucking had that deck the week it came out. It was something. And I never lost to it. Poor Avram. He was a cool kid, but not long for this world. I'm glad the dog lived in the end. That was nice. That was like the best part about that storyline. The dragon kept his ball. He really did. What a good boy. The only thing that could have made the ending of the World Legacy storyline, like, better is if they killed Ib, like, actually. Because, like, who cares about Ib? I was glad that the Oni-chan died. Like, never liked that. Never liked Girsu. Guy was always a cuck. Like... Avram was the only good one in that entire group. Ib is still on the ban list though, right? The level 5 synchro that just searches World Legacy Succession. I know it searches any World Legacy card, but like, yeah, come on. Like, you're searching Succession, right? I mean, I guess you could be that weirdo and search, what is it, World Legacy Memories, if you're playing, like, Mech Knights, but, yeah. She's still banned? Good, good. Yeah, fuck her. I hated that card. That was just people, like, looping, like, just comboing for days. I hated that shit. But there we go. Mech Knights were cool in concept. Mech Knights are fine. Like, I like their designs. I don't really like that they're jobbers within their own lore. Like, way to make that archetype feel like garbage. Oh wow, they were defeated by a tiny fairy. Well, good job, fuckers. Like, and then we're defeated by Girsu with a broken arm. Like, fucking. I don't know. You know, if they really wanted to, like, break Yu-Gi-Oh! Beyond Repair and at least, like, have fun with it, they would bring back Nightmare Goblin. Yup. Oh yeah, Blue Sky just being a power-up for Auburn, yeah. Yeah. Check this out! Yeah, I hated that. That was so bad. They also need Mermaid. Oh. I don't know. I never want to see Mermaid again. I mean, at that point, we're back to, like... Well, Orcus are still bad, right? But that allows you to generically filter through the entire Orcus engine from the deck, right? Because it's any two monsters to get to Mermaid, and what, you summon... Orcus Nightmare? Right? Was that the combo? I don't remember. Ishizu put them back in Decky. Oh, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. That sounds fun as fuck. Wait. Wait a minute. Maybe we should bring back Mermaid. How expensive is Ningirsu nowadays? Wait a minute. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Nightmare just got there because... Oh yeah, because like Orcus Nightmare just lets you mill anything, right? Well, like in Orcus or World Wand. Yeah. I remember, like, that was all I ever saw Dalton do. Like, there was just, like, this entire year-long period where I would just see Dalton go, like, Orcus Nightmare, mill whatever, like, set crescendo pass. Man, what a person. Like a monkey brain no matter what, like, game he's playing. Okay, what animal is Joe's persona? What do you think? Should he be a bear? A hog? I don't think so. Joe not a hog. How do you draw the snoot of a bear? Ah, oh, Selkie has woken up. I see. I see. don't really know how I feel about like the drawing looking better, like him looking better as a bear than a person. Though I guess I don't draw people that much anymore. I don't draw the humans that much. Chase, hello. Harry's look better than human. I mean, you're not even wrong. Oh, okay. Okay. list. I'll do that. We'll have the hat go around the ears. There we go. Oh, so Selkie likes the diaper fetish Pokemon? I see, I see. What, you said you liked the duck, right? Yeah, there you go. It's the weird diaper Pokemon. I don't know. He's sitting there like dancing in his little diaper. Like it's a he's a Pokemon, that's for sure. No kink shaming. What? Well, that can't be true. We're always kink shaming. They're fluffy shorts. Call it what you want, I guess. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Next, you're gonna tell me that, like, Gallade isn't wearing a diaper. It's either that or a tutu, but it's Pokemon Company, so you know. And the duck isn't? Like... I mean, either way, the duck still has the worst design, so... It's like, okay. Third gen in a row where the water is the worst one. Like... How dare I? What the best one is clearly Loudbone. Like that's a Digiman. Like, that's great. He's a mediocre Digimon design, which automatically makes him better than most Pokemon designs. You may have just angered a lot of people. I like that this gator is a whole ass instrument. I think that's fun. I will pick him up and play him the song of my people. Though due to localization, you can't really tell he's an instrument, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, Selkie, he's a lute. Like, he's a lute made out of bone. Where are the strings? It's implied through the patterning on his on his body. He's specifically supposed to be modeled after a loud, which is a Spanish lute, which is why his name is Loudbone. It's because he's a loud made of bone. Loudbone. Look, I don't know what a Skeledirge is. Never heard of it. He's the heaviest boy, isn't he? Yeah, he's perfect to pick up and play then. It shows how strong you are if you can pick him up and play him. I do love how even in a gen in which the majority of names were already English Spanish puns, they still changed like all the names of the Pokemon. It's like, really? Oh, that's so much work, but okay. Like, for no payoff. It is very on brand. Which is why I'll anger people by saying Loudbone. Because people, like, unironically get upset at me when I say, Lizardon. Does it sound funny? It just sounds like a monster name to me. What? Ah, Cirrus, hello. Oh yeah, what was the cat called? I don't even remember. I remember looking it up and just going like, oh yeah, Masculineal. Oh, that's so good. Like actually. It's okay. I'll be when I do a stream talking about the Pokemon designs for the gen, I'll be pedantic and put up all the Japanese names. Like I did with all the characters when we talked about all of the Pokemon characters. Pedantic? Here, let me get like a good definition for you rather than like a. And this is why I hate the English language. A person who is excessively concerned with minor details and rules or with displaying academic learning. Because I am a very pedantic person. One, I do feel like knowing the Japanese names helps you kind of like understand a Pokemon design a bit more. Because usually like the Japanese name is like a pun about what its design is, so it's, you know, a little bit important. Like how most people like do actually miss that Loudbone isn't a musical instrument. He's like a living instrument. It's cute. They even tell you exactly what the instrument he's based on is in his name. What do you mean? That's like, it's like based on Carnival, isn't it? Because he's like a carnival performer. Yeah. He is a water carnival. Actually, it's Nivol, which is the full like carnival part, but he's a water carnival. Though I guess I also need to grab, like, when I start grabbing the renders for the Pokemon thing, I should probably, like, get all the characters as well. Because there probably isn't enough Pokemon to do a full, like, one gen? I don't know. There can't be that many new Pokemon, right? And, like, we're not gonna... Probably won't talk very long about any of them, right? It's like, ah, they're bad. Okay, moving on. What's your favorite starter this gen? I like Hogator the most. I think he's cute. His color palette needs work, but, you know. You could say that about, like, all of them. Yeah, the fire one. He's the cutest one. Like, the duck looks the worst. The cat is unfortunate because, like, we knew from the start, right? Like, we knew what was going to happen. Once you hear the name, like, Nyahoja, like, you know what the final Evo's name is, like, know what the final Evo is going to look like, right? Like... There, do you all like Joe as a bear? One moment, Cirrus. Joe is this man's. I was asked to give him a fursona, so here we are. Let's... Yeah, I hear that they took away a lot of the customization in the new game. But hey, if they couldn't even, like, fix the programming of the game, like... there was no way as hell they were gonna get all the outfits in there, like... I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like, it makes me think that they had the school setting specifically so that they could justify not including more outfits. There's about 79 new Pokemon. Yeah, that's... a lot of them are pretty unnotable. Like, a lot of the Pokemon are kind of like, like one word. Like, it's bad. Like, wow, it's pathetic. This is a Digimon. This is a character from Rockman EXE, not a Pokemon. In a psychological manga, oh my god. Because I've definitely looked at all the new Pokemon designs, just like ahead of time. I looked at the models for them, which is weird. Because this is a gen in which the design and the key art is different from the 3D model. So I'm thinking I might have to, like, find images of both for when we do the stream talking about the designs. And I don't understand how that happened. Like, how the designs are, like, slightly different from on paper to 3D model. That makes me think that there, like, wasn't good communication on how the Pokemon should look. But, you know how it is. I'm sure they took the utmost care when making this game. So, Cirrus, what I mean is that there are changed design elements between the key art and 3D model. Not that just the art design is different because one's 2D and one's 3D. He literally dies from anger. Yeah, that's a fun gimmick. Because Giraffari's evolution has a different design in the 3D model as opposed to the key art. You might not notice at first glance, but there are changed design elements. Really just a couple. But that discrepancy I find really weird. Because I hate the 3D models design, but I actually really like its key art. Because in the 3D model for the giraffe design, it's a space helmet. And in the key art, it's just a hood. Because the muzzle of the giraffe actually goes past the hood. But that isn't possible in the 3D model because it's an actual space helmet. So, like, the designs are, like, actually different. And even, like, the functionality is different. It's real odd. I almost think it was just, like, misinformation, or the design was tweaked after the 3D model was created, and so that's why they're different. Like, there's any number of reasons why that happened, but it's not a good look. Like, I always hate when that kind of shit happens. Like, this was, like, a sticking point for me for years, but I, like, hated how, with Frozen, yeah, trust me, it's related, all of the merchandise for Frozen was created before they finalized Elsa's design. So if you look at all the first wave products for Frozen, Elsa's, like, the 3D model they use on all the merch is different than the model used in the movie. Like, her hair style's different. She has, like, different accessories, like, on her dress. Like, it's a different design. It's really weird, and I always thought that was really annoying, like, the year it came out. Because it's just a different Elsa model. Like... It's like official bootleg. It really was. I remember being really annoyed because, like, classmates wouldn't believe me until I, like, showed them, like, the models up close. And be like, no, look, like, her eye shape is entirely different in this design. Her hairstyle is different. She has different hair accessories. It's really annoying. And really helps show how in shambles the production of Frozen was if they, like, completely changed Elsa's design, like, after all the products were made. Then again, Kristoff's lines of dialogue were recorded, like, 2 months before the film was set to release, so... I don't know. That film was weird. At least in terms of, like, how hectic the production was. Close up those. Okay. We will. There we go. Doesn't he look cute? Every piece of media? Oh my god. It's like, please, just have consistency. That's all I ask for. Even if it's consistently terrible, I prefer that. Like... Which design do you like more? Him as a human or him as a bear? I'm kind of liking the bear design. I mean, both is good, you know. You're hey, no bias, it's fine. What do I think? I think they're both fine. Like, bear hug. Well, you know, I'm sure, like, all the fur would feel stuffy, right? So, like, he would want to, like, open up the shirt so it doesn't feel like, you know, there's less friction, you know? Lets himself air out. Like, I'm sure it gets hot with all that fur, right? You know? That's... It makes more sense that the design is like this. It's fine. That's not a long... No, Chase, don't. Mike is totally justified, right? Right? Serious, I thought you said that day 2 was short. There was like 1,000,000 parts in that episode. What the shit? Like, there's so many scenes. I recorded like 4 more parts and like we're only now going to bed. Like... I felt like I was on day 2 for an eternity. Though you did say that I had, like, maybe more scenes. I don't know. I don't know how it is. Anyway, I'm going to... I'll end the stream here, so I don't have to start a... so I don't have to start a new drawing, and I'm gonna go grab something to eat, you know? Gotta... At least once a day, right? So I'll see you guys around.